Today I thought I'd share with you what's in my spring wardrobe. Hello and welcome back to Sew Pomona. I'm Rebecca and I'm so glad you're here. On this channel I love talking everything fashion and sewing with a focus on travel and capsule wardrobes. Now I am getting ready to move on to my spring sewing, but I thought before I got into that I would share with you what's currently in my closet. So this weekend it suddenly warmed up and I just couldn't bear to wear any of my fall or winter clothing, so I just switched over my closet to spring. And I thought this would be useful today to show you what's currently in my wardrobe before I move on to my sewing plans. Now next week, when I come back, I'm going to show you all my fabrics that I've chosen, and I just ordered some sewing patterns, so those will complement the ones already in my stash, and this will show you what I'm going to actually be sewing this season. So at the start of each season, I really like to go through my closet, see what I already have, what's working, what's not, and what are the holes in my wardrobe that I really need to make pieces for. Now, a lot of what I'll be sewing this year has to do with my changing lifestyle and what pieces I need in my closet that I don't currently have. I have been sewing for over 15 years now, but my lifestyle has changed drastically. When I started sewing, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had little kids. I was a stay-at-home mom for about 10 years, and then I slowly went back into the workforce and mostly worked from home for a long time. So this is my first long stint back in an office. Plus, I'm traveling so much now, so I need a different kind of wardrobe. I'm going to need a lot more travel clothes. I need more pieces to wear to work, to the office, a little more professional. It is business casual, so not super formal, but I do need different kinds of clothes than what is in my wardrobe right now. And then one of the things I really like to do is to plan makes based around a trip. And I have a cruise coming up in May for our 20th wedding anniversary. And so I really want to design a lot of pieces that will be worn on that trip. I'll be bringing some pieces from my closet, so I'm going to need to coordinate with those as well. So each season I do like to pull out a color palette, and you can do this by picking a print to build your colors off of. I tend to reverse engineer this a lot of times because I'll be drawn to certain colors, and then you can see easily just from this swimsuit fabric, I pulled in all the colors that I had picked, but a lot of this was I knew what colors I wanted to wear this season. So I have some more browns and pinks. I've been wearing more lavenders. I love wearing blue. So the main color I really want to wear this season is this kind of pale muted mint green. Everywhere I see it, I love it. I do have some pieces in my wardrobe that are this color, but a lot of the new pieces I will be sewing this season will be in this color. And I can tell how influenced by this I am. So I just picked out new bedding in this William Morris print, and this is kind of a lot of the colors that I'm loving right now. So you'll see that I'm pulling in a bunch of these colors to complement what is already in my closet. So let me show you some of the pieces. I'm going to start with tops and then we'll work our way through. My closet is very tiny. It's a little hallway closet, so I'm going to pull out pieces in groupings to show you. All right, so this is pretty much how I store everything in my closet. I do have a few tank tops. So this is a silk Ajin cami in this beautiful paisley print that I got from Rex Fabric. I lined it in a black silk, so it is fully reversible. And this just is really pretty and elegant, and it dresses up any look that I put together if I want something a little fancier. I've got a few of these Zoe tank tops from True Bias. I love this pattern, really easy to wear. These are a few basic underlayers that I like to have in my closet. This is just a perfectly nude swimsuit lining to match my skin color in case I need a layer under something. This is one of my self-drafted tank tops. I like these because I've been making them lately for summer and spring with a swimsuit lining. It makes it really cool against my skin and it feels a little lighter. Then I can get that clean finished neckline and armholes. I have a tutorial on doing the burrito method to line these. If you want to watch that, I'll link it below in the description. And then the same thing with this tank top. It's just got a nude interior lining, and I think you can see that. And then this fabric is actually a swimwear fabric from the Fabric Godmother, but I really like the texture of it. So I just keep my tank tops hung up like this to save some space in my wardrobe. This is a Jenny tee from Vicky Sews, one of my favorite t-shirt patterns for a fitted tee. Just a really nice cap sleeve, a good length. Now I will say my tees are starting to get a little worn because I wear them so frequently, so I did buy fabric to make some new versions. This is that self-drafted set I made last year. This does have a matching pant, but I'm bringing it to Mexico, so I don't have it with me today. It's already packed. I'm actually supposed to be in Mexico this week, but my trip got delayed. So my suitcase is all ready to go. I don't want to unpack it right now. So I'm glad I had time to film this video today. This is finished with bias, and it's got a nice tie wrap feature. I love wearing this in spring or summer. This is a vintage blousey pattern that I made a few years ago. I love this fractured floral print. I think I got this from Emma One Sock. I have a matching dress as well. It's got a little split hem and little ties. And I like how this kind of blouses out when I wear it. And it's got a nice boat neckline. This is a blouse that I made and drafted last year. And I loved the finish of putting that bias binding in black for that contrast with the eyelet. And I usually wear this over a white tank top or the nude tank top. It also looks nice over a black shell. So a really versatile summer piece. This is the Fiona dress as a crop top from Closet Core Patterns. I put in a little strap to secure my bra so it doesn't show. It's got nice buttons. This was like an upholstery fabric remnant, and I just thought it was so pretty, so I used it with a plain colored linen, and then I did some top stitching details in the seams, but I just thought the fabric was so pretty. I only had a little bit, so I made this little top, and this looks great with like linen pants or a linen skirt, or even with jeans. Now, this is a tank top that I made last year. It was a little too tight. I'm keeping it in my closet hung up so that I remember to remake it. It just needs to be a little longer and a little looser. It's just a little too tight. And then this is another basic white tank top that's lined in that swimwear fabric. I am still keeping some transitional long sleeve tops, but in light colors, just in case it's cooler, and I do work in heavy air conditioning most days. So it is nice to have that. This is a ready-to-wear John Galt t-shirt that my daughter doesn't wear anymore, so I grabbed that back for myself. This, I believe this is Atelier Scammit. Just a nice blousey knit top. Really comfortable. I've made 2 of these before. This was a ready-to-wear top from Club Monaco that I cropped, and then I cropped the sleeve. Just a nice basic. This is a shirt that I made over the fall. It was originally a turtleneck, and I couldn't stand how this fabric particularly felt against my neck, so I cut it down to be more of a scoop neck. And I think I'm gonna wear it a lot more now. I do like this fabric. This is in that Avalon beige rib net from Stone Mountain & Daughter. This is a beautiful Ajin cami that I made in this silk from Amour Vert. And this is another one that is reversible. It's a sand-washed Cupro in this rose color on the other side. I wear it both ways. It's very comfortable, very lightweight, and I do like the Ajin because it is a very breezy top to wear. I left in this poppy V-neck from Clementine's Patterns in this neutral color because I do wear this still in the spring. And then I forget the name of this pattern, but I made this, probably 10 years ago, but I do like wearing this with a pair of white linen pants. It's just very drapey, and it's got an interesting shape to the seams. It kind of just hangs down when it's pressed. It's not pressed right now, but very comfy. And any patterns I can't remember, I'll try and put them up on the screen. This is a blouse that I made last year. I do see it's got a stain on it, so I'm actually going to put that in the laundry to see if I can get that out. But a really nice, lightweight, this fabric's from Marcy Till, and I just thought it was so pretty. I did make this to wear to work, but it is a little too boxy for me to want to wear to work. So I do think this may become a an at-home shirt, but it is very comfortable. This is from my fall wardrobe. This rib knit in the dusty blue. This is another Vicky So's tee. And then one of my older striped tees. This one is starting to get worn too, so I really should replace this soon. Now I do have additional tees, but they are packed for my trip. But if you watched the last video, you saw them recently. Next up is skirts, which I do not have very many of. This is a wrap skirt in this beautiful stripe. I love this color, and it's just a nice linen mix. I do wear this to work, and it is pretty comfortable with the self belt. This is a wrap skirt from Shape Shape. It's a Japanese sewing book that I've had for a while, and the fabric was originally from Marcy Tilton. I probably made this 10 years ago, but I do love wearing this in the spring and summer. Just something fun, especially with like an easy tank top or throwing it over a swimsuit. And then another wrap skirt. I don't tend to wear this style very much anymore, but I'm putting it in my wardrobe to see if I do wear it this year. I'm not sure I will, so I may have to revisit that next season. All right, next is pants. And if you've watched the channel, you know I love sewing pants, and I wear them a ton. Probably my most worn pieces. I do love wearing a good trouser and sewing a good trouser. Excuse this periwinkle one, it is not pressed, but when it is, it's very pretty. Now, I did make these as a wearable muslin, and they're not perfect, but they're very comfortable. So until these wear out, I'll be wearing these, but I will probably replace them at some point. This is the Van Loos pant from How to Do Fashion. I have the full set in the Sandwash Cupro. I'm not really drawn to the blouse. I did make it, it's very pretty, it's very elegant. But I don't ever really wear it, so that's put away for the season. But the pants are really pretty, and they are good if I need a dressier look. I think I made these 2 years ago. I really like the stripe. I do love a good lightweight summer stripe pant. These are a nice wide leg. These are self-drafted. I will say I have about 3 sizes of pants in my wardrobe right now. So not all of them fit me right now because my weight has been fluctuating with perimenopause. So these are one of my skinnier pants depending on where my weight is going. So that is another reason why I have a lot of pants in my wardrobe, and I need to make some more because my size has been fluctuating quite a bit in the last few years. These are the Jolly Vanessa pant in that pink fabric. Now I will say these got damaged on my last vacation. They got caught in my bike spoke wheels, and they did get some grease on them. So I wear these around the house now, not to work anymore, but they were a nice travel pant. So I do want to remake them, especially if I can find this pale pink color again, because this was really versatile in my spring and summer wardrobe. So if I can find a fabric that's similar, I would really like to remake these. This is a striped pant that I made for my trip to Greece. I did love these because I matched them up and did these really deep cell phone pockets, which was great on my trip. A really good thing to put on a travel pant, if you can, is a nice deep slim pocket just for holding your phone. I find this especially useful now because I have two phones. I have my work phone and my personal one. So having two phone pockets is really what I need most of the time. So these are great. And then these are my by hand London Holly pants. This was originally a full jumpsuit. I had realized over time I really wasn't drawn to wearing the full jumpsuit anymore, so I cut them down and added the waistband on. And I have worn these probably for the last 10 years pretty consistently every spring and summer. And then this is a simple linen crop pant. This was my tester version of a self-draft I was working on. I do like they have a nice deep hem. They're very comfortable. I did add elastic to the waist. I would like to redo these to have pockets. This pair does not have them. It does have a side zip. So this is another pair that really could use replacement. And then I've got my by hand London black linen pair. I wear these a lot, especially to work, and they really dress up any look, having a nice black linen wide leg pant. And then this is my most worn piece, so it is staying in my wardrobe year round. These are my favorite pair of trousers. This is a Berta pattern. I just love these, the way they sit. So I am looking for more fabrics that are similar to this so that I can replicate this pant. I would love to have a few pairs of these just because it is the easiest thing to wear to work. I really like this wide leg pleated front pant with nice deep pockets and good belt loops. Really easy for me to wear to work, to dress up or dress down. I wear this at least once a week, so I do need to remake and have a few pairs of those to wear to work. Now I do also have a lot of denim, but a lot of these pieces do not fit me right now. This is a crop jean. My daughter often borrows this pair. I really love this shape, so I would like to make a pair that fits me. These ones are a little too tight right now. These fit me perfectly right now, and these used to be my larger pair of pants. So the fit on these is really great. This is the Atelier Scamet jean. Really comfortable, and I do love this bright aqua colorway. I think the fabric was from Core Fabrics. These are a pair of ready-to-wear crop jeans that my sister gave me. I do like this shape, so I am thinking about replicating these. That's why they're sitting in my jean pile. These are my favorite cream jeans. These ones are the same pattern from Atelier Scamet. I have a fun lining in them. Unfortunately, these are a little small on me right now. Hopefully I'll get back into them because they really are my favorite pair. And then the same with these black jeans. These are self-drafted, really comfy, but a little too tight for me right now. But I do keep these all in my closet as my weight is shifting. And because jeans are really great and I wear them a lot when we're traveling for doing work projects, I would like to have a few more pairs that fit me right now. I do like that I have the options of sizes so that if my weight fluctuates, I do have something to wear, but I do need to make another pair that fit me right now. I do have another few pieces that are just in my closet. Some are ready to wear. So I've got my newest hoodie from Belgrade from my last installation. And I do like this aqua color. Really, really cozy. These are the best. I've got my memory shirt from Greece that has my name on it. I've got my shirt from Mackinac. I've got a PacSun t-shirt. I do like their Met shirts. So I actually have very little ready to wear currently, other than like hard rock tees and hoodies that are for work, and then a few that I buy because they're memories and stuff from the Met, because I just love those. I have this little cropped pink shirt. I can't wear this to work, but this is good for the weekend. And then I have another fitted t-shirt version. And then I have this striped tee that's really comfortable. This is also a Jenny Sews. This is also a Jenny tee from Vicky Sews. Really comfy, easy to wear. So I have these in a separate pile. These are more my like weekend t-shirts. All right, next up, I'm just gonna quickly show you my dress shirts. I do not have that many. I could probably use one or two more, but I also have two packed for my trip. So I love this Liberty fabric. I pulled this out to see if I'll wear it. I haven't worn it in a few years. I think I made this probably 10 years ago. Yeah, I think I made this when my daughter was like 3. So really pretty. I love the Liberty print, and the silk has held up really well. It's just really beautiful. But I did pull that out to see if I'll wear it this year. This is a dress shirt I made for work. I've worn it a few times. It's actually a little too formal for most days, but I do like it. This is my favorite shirt. I'm gonna bring this on vacation. I wanna match some more pieces to it. I'm thinking a bold pant would look really nice with this. Maybe a pair of shorts. So I do want to coordinate some new pieces to wear with this. And then this is one of my favorite shirt patterns. I think it's, I want to say Vogue 8447. If I'm wrong, I'll put that up. I've made quite a few of these. It's just a nice oversized shirt. If you can't get this one's vintage. I would suggest like the Classic Corf brand. That's really similar. This is the same thing, but in a white double gauze. I wear this all summer long, especially as a swimsuit cover. All right, next up are jackets. Some of these I haven't worn in ages. Some are just fun things that I made. This one I love. I just haven't had anywhere to wear it to. It's just in between. It's too dressy, but not dressy enough. I don't know. So I love the lining. I use that same and more vert fabric. The reason I had made this is that I had this silk tweed in this beige color that I had bought maybe 15 years ago when I first started sewing, and I had never made anything up in it. So I thought, all right, I'll make my wearable toile in this fabric. And then I did the beautiful lining. I was like, well, I love the lining more than anything else, but I've never actually worn it anywhere. So I feel like I need to make something to wear with this that'll make it a really wearable piece. I'm not sure what that's gonna be. I kind of wish I had bought more of the tweed so I could have made a shift dress to wear with it. But I am thinking just something like that, something simple that I could wear with this to make it a little more wearable. Either that or I need to dress it down with like a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. I'm just really not sure. If you have any ideas, leave them below for me in the comments. This piece I made at the end of last summer, and I wasn't really feeling it, but now that spring is here, I think I'm gonna wear this. So it is really pretty. This is in that fabric that I got from Core Fabrics. This is a simplicity pattern that had a matching skirt. I don't think I'll wear the skirt, but I love the vest. It's just really pretty. I did self-covered buttons. So I do think I'll wear that this season. I've got one ready-to-wear jacket. If I need a layer, this is great for the summer. I bought this when my son was a baby, so it must have been 15 years ago in New York City. And then this is a jacket that I made when I was convalescing after I broke my ankle 5 years ago. And I did all this beautiful embroidery on it with seahorses. This is a vintage pattern that I made in this cotton. So I would like to find a way to style and wear this. I'm thinking maybe if the sleeves were pulled up, I'm not sure what width, but I do love the embroidery I did. And that is one thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hang up all my pieces that I haven't worn in a while to see if I can find new ways to wear them and make them work in my wardrobe. Now I do have a few sweaters and just layering pieces that I like to wear in spring. These two are Copelia Cardis in this seafoam and this sand color. This one is ready to wear from Anthropology. This is a blue and white wrap jacket that I made using Susie Feuer's Craftsy class. And then this is just a little light robe wrap that I made last season, which is great if I'm traveling so that I can layer over my PJs. Now we're getting to the fun pieces that I have in my closet, and this is one of the reasons I can sew all in neutrals. I already have a ton of fun prints in my wardrobe, so I really don't need a lot of crazy pieces. I can add a few more in, but I really have a lot of fun, bold prints. This is a Coos jacket that I made a few years ago. I want to say maybe 10 years ago now. I just love this fabric that I got from Mood. One thing I do notice, like, I did not sew this perfectly together. It kind of annoys me when I look at the finishes, but it looks great on, so I'm trying to ignore that. I've been sewing a lot longer now, so my stuff looks a little better. This is a Vogue jacket that I made. I just love this. It's got ties. The fabric is gorgeous. This fabric was from Marcy Tilton. I just love this piece. This is the new version that I had made of it. Once I get the full birthday look done, which I never did get that finished, I was traveling too much, but my jacket is done, and I will probably wear this to my son's military ball later in the season. I just have to finish the other layers, but I do love this, and that's that same pattern. I've got that drapey silk top. And then I've got this jacket that I made in this cool fabric from Marcy Tilton. It's got all these petals. I made this for a Barbie party a few years ago, so that's really fun to add to things. And then this is a, what's her name? Pamela Leggett jacket that I made out of all my remnants. And then this is a piece that really is inspiring some of my spring sewing, because I bought this in my sister bought this for me in Palm Springs when we went on a trip a few years ago, and I just love it. I love the embroidery. I just think it's gorgeous, so I do want to make a dress to wear with it. I haven't had an occasion to wear it, so I am hoping to bring this on my cruise. And I really want this to be the statement piece that I wear with a simple dress. Now, I have a ton of beach wear. It's one of my favorite things to sew, and I feel like you can use a really fun, bold print. So I have a ton of caftans and just pieces that I wear for the beach. This is that two-piece set that I made last spring. It's an Ajin cami that's cropped and a little one-seam pant. This is a romper that my mother made back in the 70s, and then I made a pink version to wear last year and fix the fit issues I had noticed on her vintage pair. These are fun summer pieces. Oh, and before I forget, let me tell you what I'm wearing today. I am wearing a stripe Van Loof's pant in this blue and white linen. I'm wearing a little tank top underneath in white. This is a tank top that I knit a few years ago in this really soft white yarn. I really like this outfit together. I love wearing blue and white. I've also got some slips and some rompers. Just extra pieces in case I need layering. This is a vintage pattern that I made in this gorgeous print. I think this is Fabric Godmother. I love wearing this around the house or to the beach. It's just really all about the fabric. I've got this blue and white version. This is a Tessuti Patterns. It's got the splits up the side hem. I love wearing this also with a white linen pant. This is a caftan I made for Palm Springs. This is Simplicity, I want to say 63566. I have this on my shorts if you want to see it. But just a really cool vintage looking piece that I made because we went to the Trixie Motel and I wanted something vintage and fun to wear. Here's another caftan I made out of this gorgeous fabric from the Fabric Godmother. This is Marcy Tilton caftan. Last season I took up the hems to make it a little short. It was just dragging a little too far on the ground for when I was at the beach. Now it's really perfect, and I feel like because I've fixed up all the things that were wrong with it, I'm getting a lot more wear at the beach with this one. I made this one also a few years ago. This is a modified McCall's pattern. I just love this purple paisley. And I do feel like at the beach I can get away with a lot bolder look than I do in my everyday clothes. This is a Bowden crinkle dress that I dyed with indigo probably 10 years ago. Just really fun to wear. And then with that same eyelet that I made that crop top, I made a simple dress. I used the selvage for the edges. I wear this a lot in summer. So you can see I have a lot of fun beach pieces in my wardrobe, so I really don't need to sew any of those for this year. And I will say I've been sewing for a long time, which is why I have so much handmade clothing. And I really tend to keep it all until it literally wears out. I also have this vintage, I think this is Butterick. It's a vintage wrap robe. I love wearing this in the summer just as a robe. It's got good pockets. It's fitted. I can just throw it over whatever I'm wearing. And I just love this bird print. It's just really fun. And then last on my list are a few dresses that I have. I made this one out of that beautiful poppies fabric that was really popular for a while. This is just really nice. I feel like I can wear this all year round. This is that True Bias Calvin dress. I love this fabric as well. This fabric was from Core Fabrics. I love the green print with the hibiscus. This is a surplus wrap dress that I made with this stripe fabric. I had fun playing around with the placement of the stripes. I haven't worn this as much, so I'm hoping maybe I get to wear this year. This is a dress I made 10 years ago, I think, for my grandmother's funeral. I love the fabric. It fits great. I love how this dress looks. So I would like to have a chance to wear this again. And then last, I have this Donna Karan sheer dress. I would like to make a new slip to wear with this, but this is really beautiful. The fabric is just, it's just amazing. I love this fabric. This is from Marcy Tilton. I will say I find some of my nicest prints from her. All right, so that is the majority of what is in my closet currently. I do have a few more random pieces and pieces I'm not showing you today because they're packed for my next trip. I thought this would be a good precursor to showing you my sewing plans. And then hopefully next week I'll come back, if I'm not traveling, and show you all my fabrics I've chosen to sew with this season. All right, I hope this helps you with your own seasonal planning, especially for your sewing, going through your closet, seeing what works, seeing any holes you have in your closet of pieces that would be great to make for the season. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments and tell me what is your favorite piece in your closet right now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy sewing.